Hi there. I wanted to send you a video to let you know how I made out with our project number 1. I chose to do part 1, the first option, which was a virtual field trip. I visited one of my co-teachers' classrooms this morning in 3rd grade to present and do a virtual field trip of the International Space Station presented by NASA. I decided to do this because they are studying space in their ELA program. They have talked about and read books about shuttle launches, the moon landing. I did my EDIM 517 STEM lesson with one of the classes, and we did rocket launching. So I thought this would be a great culmination to what they're doing and build some more engagement for them. So I started by connecting to their prior knowledge and what they've learned so far. The teacher informed me that they have actually gone to the International Space Station app and have tracked the space station a few times. They've listened to astronauts read from space. There are videos that they've watched. They've talked about the shuttles and obviously the moon landings as well. So then I prepared them with a Google slide and had them look at the Google form quiz that I was going to be giving them at the end so that they were prepared and knew what to look for when they were watching the tour. They were great at clicking on the link from the Google slides. They opened up the videos. They just needed a little bit of support with how to advance to the next video when one finished, and expanding it so it was full screen so they could get the full effect. But they were engaged throughout each one. I had them complete the Google form from another link in my Google slide, and they opened them up. We had a little bit of technical issues with one of the questions. The form was not presenting them with the option to pick 3 choices like I wanted. They can only pick 1. So I had to go in the back end quickly on my iPad, and I changed the format of the question, and we taught them how to refresh the page so that they could complete the form. They were a little discouraged at the end when some of the answers came back red and looked like they were wrong, so I had to explain to them it was only because Google did not recognize their answers because they were not set up ahead of time. They were open-ended questions. So once everyone was finished, we were able to go over each of the questions, and that prompted a lot of discussion. During the review, we elaborated on what they liked and what they connected to. They asked questions about why they had to do certain things, or pulled out different details that were not in the quiz, which was nice. We talked about the career of being an astronaut or a commander and what they needed to do to prepare to go to the space station. For example, one of the questions I asked them is what was the dangers that they worry about while they're there, and they worry about fire, toxic spills, or even a hole from a meteor hitting them. And I prompted them with the question, who fixes it if this happens? After they all find safety, what do? They have to problem solve, and they have to collaborate and work together to solve it when they're in outer space. They can't just call 911 and have a fire truck come. So we talked about all the preparation that needs to go into planning to go into space, just planning even their own health and preparing for the lack of gravity and motion sickness. We talked about their eating and preparing how to eat properly and exercise while they're in space. So those things were all really rich conversations. I loved the last question where they were allowed to share with me something they liked, and we were allowed to elaborate on even more detail that they found in the videos of the tour, which also informed me of how engaged they were during the tour. So great connections, a lot of critical thinking going on, and I think this will be something that they carry into their next lessons and remember forever. The teacher and I that I worked with have decided we will bookmark this and definitely use this again next year because it was very rich in critical thinking skills, in collaboration, and communication. So yeah, it was a great success. I reported in the questions that I gave on the quiz. I reported in my lesson plan the results from those as well, and included some pictures in my lesson plan. So, all right, thank you.